Right, everyone. Uh, Welcome to our class this particular day. So since we are having our flexible mode of classes for this week, I'm trying to record all of our lecture for this time. By the way, this lecture will be good for this week's entire session. Right? So I hope you would be able to learn regardless if it will be on this mode or it will be on the face-to-face mode. Since math naman dito subject tayo being, I really need to, give you some time to at least understand and maawatan tayo dito yung lessons sa tayo ng magsalitaan for this particular morning and for the entire week. So if you have any questions later on, mabaling kayo you could ask it in our GC. If say for example, adahan nyo maawatan along the process, you could probably replay the video, ulitin nyo, kung kanyo lang maawatan ng tigbabain nga agdamag, especially kung math dito yung subject line. Okay, so this particular day, we will be talking about the measure of dispersion. Okay, so allow me to proceed on with the slide. Okay, and at the same time, allow me to explain to you what is the measure of dispersion and how is it different from our previous topic regarding the measure of central tendency. Okay, so, now, okay, so when we talk of the measure of dispersion, like, just like what we have, just like what I have mentioned before, the measure of dispersion is somewhat different from our previous topic on the measure of central tendency. The measure of central tendency only uses the three ways, okay, the mean, median, and mode. The measure of dispersion, however, utilizes yung mean, okay, or the average. Kumbaga, it will be a step higher in measuring how those data that we have gathered are closely related to each other. So when we talk about measure of dispersion, we are talking about data that we have gathered, right, and how they varies from the mean, right? At the same time, the measure of dispersion also will tell us how the data is being distributed or the distribution of the data. Okay? This measure of dispersion has, two interpretations. First, the data is either clustered or they are spread out. Spread out. Okay, ano yung basis, ano yung standard natin? Our standard of comparison is from the mean. Okay? Gaano ba kalayo yung mga data from the mean? Malapit pa siya from the mean or malayo pa siya from the mean? So we will be able to interpret the data regarding either they are clustered or they are spread out. I think, if I'm not mistaken, okay, sinabi nating clustered, they are they are also called homogeneous. Okay, spread out, heterogeneous. So basically, this is the measure of dispersion. Gaano kalayo yung data from the mean. Meron tayong ways of measuring dispersion. Actually, meron tayong four ways. But for the sake of our discussion, we're just going to discuss the three. First, we have the range. Okay. Second, we have the variance. And lastly, we have the standard deviation. Right? So, all throughout this particular unit, pag-usapan natin yung range, yung variance, and yung standard deviation. And this particular morning, we'll be talking about the range and the variance. Okay, and if meron pa tayong time, we'll be talking also about the standard deviation, probably in a separate video. Okay. So, oops, let's talk about, pag-usapan muna natin guys, yung range. Let's talk about range. Okay. Give me a second. We'll be talking about range. Alright. Yun. So, anong ibig sabihin ng range? Take note, this is just like your mean median mode in our central tendency. Sa dispersion, we have the range, the variance, and the standard deviation. So range is simply, it's the difference. Kaya take note of the word, difference. Okay? Ano ang mathematical operation kapag difference? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. So pag sinabi nating difference, it's about subtraction. Okay? Or in a more common term, we call it your, we minus. So basically, range is the difference between the highest value or the highest data gathered, okay, and the lowest data gathered. Okay. So writing the formula range represented by the letter R is simply the highest n minus the lowest n, where n is the data, or n is the number, ano bang tawag natin? The number or the value. Okay. So basically, ito yung formula for our range. Okay. So, set example number 1. Basic lang to lang. This is a very basic example. Oops, example number 1. Okay. So, say for example, meron tayong set of number 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Okay. And we are tasked to find for the range. Okay. How are we going to do that? So, ito yung given natin. This is our given. Our solution will be, we're going to write our formula R is equal to highest n minus lowest n. Okay. Now, our highest n, yung pinakamataas na number, 50. Subtracted, or we minus yung pinakamababang number, which is 10. So basically, 50 minus 10. Very basic. Our answer is 4. So this will be our range. Okay? So range, very basic. You subtract, hanapin nyo lang yung pinakamataas, the highest value, and then you're going to look for the lowest value. So kung merong maraming set of numbers, hanapin nyo lang yung pinakamataas at pinakamababa. Now, let's have another example for the sake of our discussion. Okay? Let's have another example. Example number 2. So, meron tayong random numbers, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 15, 18. Again, we're tasked to find for the range. Ano yung formula? Highest minus lowest. Anong pinakamataas? 18. Anong pinakamababa? 3. 18 minus 3, 15. Okay? So basic. Range is the difference between the highest value and the lowest value. Now, punta tayo ngayon sa next. Okay? Ito yung medyo madugo, guys. medyo madugo, hindi naman madugo. Um, ano ba 'to, nalakay so na kaya lang trabaho. So I want you guys to, you know, focus on the steps that we're going to do, okay? So when we talk about variance, so tapos na tayo sa range, we are done with the range. Okay, pag sinabi nating variance, it is by definition the extent uh, to which a set of data or a set of value, okay, are either spread out or clustered from the mean. So there should be a comparison from the mean. So pag sinabi nating variance, titignan natin how spread out the data or how clustered the data is from the mean. Okay? Now there are two types of variance. First, we have the population variance. Second, we have the sample variance. Sample variance. Pero much of our discussion will fall on the sample variance. Anong difference between the two? Okay? So pag sinabi nating population variance, we are entirely talking or we are getting the entire group, okay? The entire population. Kapag sample variance, we are talking about a smaller or just a representative of the group. I'll give you one particular example. Uh, For example, election. Okay? Usapan natin yung election. Okay? Saan ba yung mainit na election? Dito sa lawa. Okay, tayo guys. Now, we will be able to, to measure the dispersion, okay, of vote from Lawag using the population variance or the sample variance. How are we going to do that? Kung yung titignan natin population variance, what we're going to do is that we're going to get, letter A tayo population variance. Ano natin siya gagawin? We're trying to look at all the registered voters, okay, of Lawag, kung sino yung gusto nilang iboto. For example lang, okay, kukunin natin yung population variance. Yung gagawin natin dito, we're going to get all registered voters of Lawag City. Wala akong idea kung ilan. Okay, but when we talk about population, lahat. On the other hand, when we talk about sample variance, okay, kukuha lang tayo ng smaller number or representative. So say for example, 1,500 voters or let's say 1,000 voters. 1,000 voters only. Okay? So that's the difference between the two. Population, lahat, lahat, lahat. Sample, we're just going to get a smaller number to represent the entire group. Okay? All right. Now, let's continue. So, population variance and sample variance, meron siyang formula. Okay? So, for population variance, allow me to discuss this one. Population variance, ito yung kanyang formula. The formula for population variance is represented by this symbol is equal to another symbol. This is summation or xi, okay, minus pasla ng arte nga u, okay, square over n. Okay. Later on, I'm going to discuss anong ibig sabihin ng mga value na yan. However, just like what I mentioned earlier, yung magiging focus natin is on the sample variance in which ito yung kanyang formula. S square, no, not S square, this is sample variance, okay, of summation, open and close parenthesis, x of I minus x bar square all over n minus 1. Okay? Again, yung magiging focus natin for the sake of our discussion is sample variance. Now, anong ibig sabihin ng mga variable na ito? Wherein, uh, theta s is square, this is the sample variance. Ito yung hinahanap natin. The x of I, that is the value of the element. Value of the element, or this is actually the value itself, the number, or the data itself. Okay? X bar is your sample mean. Sample mean. Okay? And the n is your sample size. Okay? So, you could take a screenshot. Pwede yung i-screenshot yan. For you guys to be familiar with you know, the meaning of this formula. Again, we will be focusing much of our attention onto this formula. Okay. So, let's proceed with our example number 1. So, sample number 1 tayo. Sample number 1. Say for example, meron tayong set of data. We have 6, 9, 14, 10, 5, 8, and 11. Okay? And we are tasked to find for the sample variance. Paano yung gagawin natin? Okay? So I'm going to show you probably the long method, or yung talagang procedure and how are we going to do that. First, what you're going to do is gagawa kayo ng table. You're going to create a table assuming straight yung ating straight line. Okay, and then we're going to arrange the following data from increasing number. So ano yung una? We have 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 14. Okay? Alright. So we've already done that. Now, I want you guys, I'm going to write here yung formula natin para hindi tayo nawala. Xi x bar square over n minus 1. So we're going to create a second column wherein kailangan natin ngayon, we are now going to look for, the very first step that we need to do. Take note, first step in solving for variance is kailangan yung kuhain yung mean, or on this particular situation represented by your x bar. Okay? So first, kailangan natin kunin yung x bar or yung mean. Ano yung formula natin ng mean if you could still remember? Okay, the formula of the mean is to get the total, or we're going to add all of the numbers right here. Okay, these are actually your xi. We're going to add all of these numbers. So using our calculator, we're going to add 5 plus 6 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 plus 11 plus 14 divided by the sample size. Okay, ilan ba siya? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? So first, kunin natin yung n total. What is the total of 5 plus 6 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 plus 11 plus 14? Okay? The total of that is, using our calculator, that is 63. Okay, 63. Divided by, ilan yung sample size natin? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? So 63 divided by 7, the mean is 9. Right? So please remember this one. Ito yung mean ng data na ito. So I'm going to write it here. The x bar is, okay? So that is the very first step. We're going to get the mean. Second step. So kung nakuha na natin yung mean, we are now going to use our formula. Okay? Saan yung uunahin natin dito? Ana't unaan tayo dito eh. Okay. Of course, we're going to prioritize first kung ano yung nasa or kung sino or ano yung nasa loob ng parentheses. So yung unang gagawin natin is to solve for what is within the parentheses. So ano yung nasa parentheses natin? That is x of I minus x bar. Okay? Ano yung x bar natin? Ano yung x bar? That's the mean. So what we're going to do is that we're going to subtract the x of I. Ano ba yung x of I? Ito yon. This is the x of 1, x of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? So we're going to subtract the data minus the mean. Okay? Second step. Step number 2, subtract each data or each value to the mean. Okay? How? So 5 minus 9. 5 minus 9, negative 4. Okay? 6 minus 9, negative 3. 8 minus 9, negative 1. 9 minus 9, 0. 10 minus 9, 1. 11 minus 9, 2. 14 minus 9, 5. Okay? So, that is step number 2. This is xi minus x bar. Okay? Kung hindi naintindihan, you could pause the video or you could probably rewind it back. Now, step number 3. Okay? So, step number 3 natin is that we're going to, ito eh, diba, parenthesis. Remember your PEMDAS. Your PEMDAS, parenthesis. Yun yung unang ginawa natin. What's within the parenthesis? Next thing is we're going to simplify the exponent. Ano ba yung exponent natin? Square. Okay? So, gagamitin natin this portion of the formula right here. Xi minus x bar square. Okay? So, the third step, after subtracting each of the value from 9, we are now going to square the difference. Square the difference. Dito ay, square tayo dito ay. Negative 4, negative 3, negative 0. Okay. Kung natin yung square, we're just going to multiply the number by itself. So, ano yung una? Negative 4. So, what is negative 4 square? Negative 4 square is simply negative 4 times negative 4. Okay? How are we going to solve for this integer? We're going to multiply the numbers. 4 times 4, 16. And negative times negative is positive. Okay, but we're not going to write positive with that. Okay. So negative 4 square is 16. Negative 3 square is 9. Negative 1 square is 1. The square of 0 is still 0. 1 square. What is 1 square? 1 multiplied by itself. 1 times 1. That's 1. And then 2 times 2, 4. And then 5 times 5. 5 square, it's 25. Okay? All right. So basically, we are done with this formula right here. Tapos na tayo dyan. Now, this symbol, this particular symbol, that ang symbol. Okay? This is what we call the summation. Ano ito yung summation? Pagplaplasan tayo dito. Okay? So, after tayo, that's step number 4. So, step number 4, summation. It's summation. So, we're going to get the total of the squared difference. So, kunin yung calculator, then we're going to type into our calculator 16 plus 9 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 4 plus 25. Okay? 16 plus 9, that's 28 plus 1, 29 plus 1, 30. Okay? Plus 4. Hindi ako muna awan ako. Allow me to use my calculator, guys. Allow me to use my calculator. Okay. So using our calculator, 16 plus 9 plus 1 plus 4 plus 25. 16 plus 9 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 4 plus 25. Then that is 56. Okay? So basically, if you're trying to look at it, Bing, tapos na tayo sa whole na formula dito sa taas. That is your 56. Okay? Now, step 5. Ano yung step 5 natin? Based from our formula, tapos na tayo dito sa taas, we're now going to proceed dito sa baba. Okay? So, we're just going to simplify our formula. Ano yung value nung nasa taas? That's 56. Now, ano ito? N minus 1. Okay? So, step number 5, divide by n minus 1. Now, ano ito? N minus 1. Remember, your n is the sample data. Okay? Manukad di sample data tayo. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, that is 7. Pero based from our formula, sample variance, ilagay natin minus 1. Saan nanggaling yung minus 1? Nanggaling dito sa ating formula. Okay, so simplify. 56 divided by 7 minus 1. What is 7 minus 1? That is 6. So inputting that in our calculator, 56 divided by 6, then our answer is 9.33. So this will now be our final answer. Now, in our final answer, please always remember that we're going to round off into 2 decimal places. 2 decimal places. What does it mean? Di calculator 9.3333333333. Ilang masapol tayo ket 2. Okay? And we're going to get the third number. Since this is 3 right here, less than 5, then we're going to retain. Ngayon, nung 5 kuma deto yung bing, ano papasamak deto, of course, I'll add 1. But since this is 3, we're just going to retain 33. So that's it. This is how are you going to find for your sample variance. Okay? So again, if you have any questions, we're going to ask it sa GC natin. Or kung meron kayong hindi naintindihan, then you could just probably repeat the video and hopefully you would find answers to your question. Okay? I'm going to make another video for the standard deviation. So, yan lang muna tayo. Right? Bye and see you around.